It's, that fucking scared me. Okay. The ice maker's on. I forgot about that. Alright, so. Let's do that. Music's playing in the background. Very chill atmosphere. And I'm gonna, I feel like just to kind of get in the zone, I'm gonna watch something that I like first, just kind of in the background. You won't see it because it is exclusive content from a channel. It's Dimension 20. I got my Dimension 20, or not Dimension 20, but it is Dimension 20, but it's Dropout. I got Dropout TV. Paying for the subscription for Dropout TV. It's very cheap, so it's not that big a deal. But I'm getting back into D&D. It's like it's like a fluctuating thing for me. Like sometimes I'll really love D&D, and then other times I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna take a break from D&D for a second, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, D&D rocks. I mean, the biggest tattoo on my body, the most expensive tattoo, is a D&D tattoo, and I say it all the time, but it is. It's from Dimension 20, the D&D show. There's a few D&D shows out that were like really popular and really hitting it during the pandemic, but I wasn't into that because I was busy doing other shit, specifically just mostly art stuff. I mean, as usual. Um, which sucks because that would have been a perfect time to start a D&D group, especially finding a D&D group online. It was like so easy back in during the pandemic, so it was like I missed my chance. Now I'll never be able to find an online D&D group. It's impossible. It's not impossible. There are groups still out there. It's just not as many. 'Cause, people leave their houses now. So I'm gonna watch them while I kind of work on the arm, do some art stuff, and then maybe I'll bring it in and we'll watch some videos while I work on some art tonight. So yeah, I don't have any characters up. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And you'll find subdued. Mm. Okay. Took so Okay, then we merge this down. Just had to clean up that line a little bit. It seems a little more uniform. That was kind of the only line that was a little messed up, so. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright. I think this is watercolor. Just gotta, I think it's this one. This isn't the right side, right? Okay, let's put everything, oh, not that one, that's the old outline. It's also old. And that's old too, okay. Oh, and then we get it, yeah, okay, I thought I knew I was missing something. So we gotta work in this one. Gotta erase this extra stuff as I move the hand. think we're just gonna. No. the hell is that? What the hell is that even? What am I looking at right now? That under here? Is that a white line? How did the white line get there? What the hell? I didn't put a white line there. Did I put a white line there? Oh my goodness. Having a banana. I think it's done. I say that a lot when I'm doing art, but I think this one's actually done. Maybe. I don't know. Let's get a good look at her. The arms look even. But I can't say for sure if they are. I'm gonna say that they are. It's a little less messy than it was before, so I'm actually happy that I could edit it. I just feel like this arm is a little smaller. So... I mean, perspective-wise, the arm is definitely in a more of an the left arm is in a more of an action pose, as in like it's like flexing. I think I know what the problem is here. One last edit, I think, should be able to fix this. So we just gotta get rid of this section of the arm. So I'm just gonna move this over here for right now. And then we're gonna add a little bit of definition to the arm. And then I think this section of the arm can also be edited. If we make this a little thicker. The hell? Oh, wrong pen. I'm stupid. Oh, what? How do I do that? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. A little bigger. Nope, too big. Okay. Okay. Have we done it? Have we done it? The music playing in this episode is crazy. Let me go back to the oil brush. Too big, it's too big. Smaller. Nope. Okay. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got the size, like, exactly right. The only thing that varies in size is the hands, but that's, like, very minimal. And that would make sense, actually, perspective-wise, because the hands are in two different positions. One is holding something, and the other one is relaxed. Okay. That was crazy. That took forever. So now we can see the whole thing together now. Come together right now. Over me. Oh, one last little edit. This is actually funny. We could just do this actually. We can just, and then oh. And we can, oh, I see. Where is that white speck from? Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, shit. real small. 1 pixel. Teeth need those little like lines that you see in some people's teeth. Like a really tiny lines. You wouldn't be able to see unless you were like a dentist. Oh shit. I love D&D. Yeah, I see what's going on. Oops. I cast. I think there's too much blood here. Okay, that's fine. I'll just edit the pen. I accidentally did too much. Oh wait, can I go? I can't go forward. Okay, that's good. Alright, I'm not gonna edit it anymore. I think it's good to go. I think it is good to go. Let me check one more time. Make sure everything's colored right. Cool. That's an officially done piece, I think. The arms are perfect. The arms are so perfect. Like I thought I was gonna work on it and it wasn't gonna be done the way I wanted it to, and it's perfect. I've done it. I've done so well. I didn't think it was gonna take this long to do the fucking arms, but I did it. I did the arms. Okay. I need something with a little texture in it. Maybe natural pencil will give the texture I want. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I know which one to use. I know which one to use. There we go. Oh, wait. Gotta come at it like this. Hold on. And then we get some red. Perfect. Oh, shit. And then we add in feathery lines. Oh, wait. Just a tiny bit brighter. There we go. Oh, now that's sick. She's so cool. Fuck. I can't put this fucking pen down. I'm so happy that I just didn't close. You cannot. MS Paint does not have its own native save file. So if you close MS Paint, you cannot edit the layers anymore. fucking bullshit. Let's take a let's see the long or the far away. Arms are good. The feather's perfect now. The face was perfect from the start, apparently. The body's great. I think the finishing touch is the feather. I think the feather is a nice little flourish. I also made the tip of the pen a little, or the tip of the quill a little more distinguished, or it stands out a little more amongst the brightly colored blood. All the lines are good. I think the lines are really nice. The blood is nice and messy, but not too messy. I tried to do where, like, there's more blood near the pen, obviously, than the rest of the body, because the pen is covered in blood, so the rest of the body just has blood from, like, vampiric sort of, fighting, or whatever you want to call it, vampiric violence, or what do you want to call it? I think it's good. I think it's good to go. Okay. Alright. Hell yeah. I'm gonna take a picture of it. I am so proud of myself. Oh, that's too close. Oh wait, this needs to be a portrait actually. She is a beauty. She is Grace. That's not a good picture. We're just gonna fucking do this. I'm print screening this. Okay. What was that? I heard a noise. I'm still watching my show, by the way. What? What? What the hell? Okay. Yes. I fucking love it. Okay. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. She came out so well. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Oh fuck. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna relax, and we're gonna play video games. Where's the music? Oh, oh, the music. I think is the music paused? Oh no, it's not. It's just it was a quiet section. Meet Lust. She's the arch devil of hell. She's the grand fucking leader. She owns hell, essentially. And let me tell you, she's quite good at writing a contract. And let's not talk about her fiddling skills. Alright. What the hell? What the fuck did you just say? Sorry, I'm watching a show. I wish I could show you this show, but it is paid to watch, so not gonna do that. I would feel bad. Even though it is on my stream, I suppose it would be ethically okay, but I won't. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, we gotta do the paint bucket test real quick. Okay, alright. Good to know. The paint bucket does show up some questionable things, but it's fine. Okay. Just gonna save it, I guess. Oh, let me erase the old character at the bottom. The old pose. Okay, perfect. Perfect. What the hell? Oh my god, why does this always happen? I literally put it to fucking cycle and then it doesn't cycle. Like, what? And shuffle. Just cycle and shuffle. Like, what is so difficult about this? Okay. Hey, Shadow of the Earth Tree's out. Still haven't played. Oh, wait, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's an event. I'm stupid. I was like, that's an ugly looking Overwatch. I thought it was like, I thought it was a joke. It's not. Is it an event? Well, I suppose the event is a joke. But... what is the name of that game? Overwatch Super Mega Ultra Watch. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that fucking means. Oh, we got some of the finals news. Let's see if they fix the game. Embark has just fixed the finals' biggest problem for new players. Let's see what they say. This is from Video Gamer. Okay. Final Season 3 has introduced lots of new content while making a few changes. One of the biggest changes has been the removal of cash out from ranked in favor of terminal attack. This move has been extremely controversial. While terminal attack still remains the mode for ranked, Embark has just now made a change that fixes the biggest problem with the finals of Season 3 for new players. Make sure okay. In addition, there should be the first 3 season update this week, and fans agree on the first weapon that needs nerfs. The biggest controversial change for the final Season 3 is the removal of cash out rank. But fans should know there is the probability cash out returns after its current exclusivity to World Tour. While we hope to see cash out return to ranked in the future, the good news is that new players will no longer be forced to play 3 matches of Terminal Attack upon entry to the game. The new finals players no longer have to play 3 games. Okay. Ahead of the... Okay. That's it? They just removed a mode? How about all the fucking bots in the game? How about that? They fixed that yet? All I saw were bots. I mean, maybe they gave the bots names now, but all I saw were fucking bots. So... She's so cool. I'm looking at my character. Oh my god, she's so cool. Her fucking pen is like majestic. It looks like a fucking different art style for the feather, but that makes sense because the feather's got like a different kind of texture compared to the other things. Plus the feather is her weapon, so it would make sense that her weapon is unique. Oh yes, I was on my phone to like look for the game that I wanted to play. I'm stupid. I think it was saved on Instagram. What the hell is that? That's crazy. Wait, what? What is this bitch talking about?
One and Bloodborne were, and that's a feeling that I've missed since those games. Something that I feel like was missing from Sekiro and Elden Ring was that sense of dread that Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne gave you. Whether it be from the terrifying enemy designs or just the overwhelming oppressive atmosphere. Look at this enemy and look at this cutscene and tell me this doesn't give you Bloodborne vibes. Without giving anything away, the area that this boss is in and a small area next to it are so different aesthetically from anything else that's in Elden Ring, and it's one of my favorite locations in the entire series. It's just got those old school From Software horror vibes that I felt like were kind of missing from Elden Ring, other than Godric the Grafted, but even then I didn't really feel it the way that I'm feeling it with this DLC.
That's true. I feel that. That might be one of the reasons why I don't play Elden Ring, or why I haven't played Elden Ring as much, because it's not scary. And I think I fell in love with Bloodborne because I was scared. I was like terrified of the game, because it was just it was a scary game. Like if you play it, it's just genuinely like a horror game, you know? Like there are jump scares. It is spooky, and the atmosphere is, it's very like be careful where you step because you could die at any moment kind of deal. And I think that's why I didn't like Elden Ring. It was a little too like Lord of the Rings um, what's it called? J.R.R. Tolkien and George R.R. Martin. You know, it was like grand. It was like large grandeurs and this enthralling story of war and hardship. Where Bloodborne is literally you are trapped in a nightmare and everything wants to kill you. Here's the game. Have fun. You know, it's not the same. It's like in Elden Ring, it's like you're trying to get the Elden Ring to become the Elden Lord. So you're trying to like, make your way to uh, be a ruler of some kind. It's like a metaphor to becoming a ruler, from like rags to riches type deal, right? That's not the case in Bloodborne. You're not trying to become a ruler. You're not trying to become the smartest person. You're not trying to become a deity. Literally the whole point of Bloodborne is you were sent to a town to help it. You got trapped in a dream, and now your objective is to leave said dream. And then you leave the dream, and the town was never in need of your help to begin with, because there's no post section of the game where you have to fight things in the town. No, the town is completely peaceful. You just fell asleep, and that's about it. You fell asleep and entered like the mind of like a deity, and it is a nightmare. and that's basically, you wake up from the nightmare, game over. That's it. That's the canon. That's a canon ending of Bloodborne, which also multiple endings. Like, come on. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Okay, multiple endings depending on what you do at the end is crazy. If you choose to die, like at the end by the final boss, you wake up. You wake up, everything's fine. It's the end of the game. Alright, good job. You made it to the last guy. You said it's time for you to go, and you left. Nothing more cut and dry, simple. It was just a dream type ending. Every other ending is crazy. And the other endings, you either become the host of the dream, which you take the place of the final boss. Pretty simple. You kill him, you become the host. Or you eat parts of a of a deity's child, of a deity's unborn child, umbilical cords, right? And then when you kill the deity, which controls the dream, you become the next like deity that controls the dream. You become a baby deity of what you just killed. So you would become that said deity. It's like, what the fuck? And that guy is like twice as hard. And he's not even the hardest boss. He's pretty fucking easy compared to the DLC. The DLC is crazy. The DLC is literally an inception. It's a dream within a dream. There's a sleeping deity that is sleeping within another deity's dream, thus creating a dream within a dream, and it's also time travel because you're going backwards in time to before the fucking other deity put everybody to sleep and put them in a dream realm. What? Like, what? I think that's the story. I'm not like 100% sure about that, but anyways, I have to use the restroom, so I will be right back. So just hang in there, and enjoy the music. making a pizza. So if you give me one moment. Oh, here, somebody has replied to one of my messages. I wonder who it could have been. Let's see. Ah, wonderful. Okay. I need to do that. I'm on my computer. I'm stupid. Fucking idiot. Okay. This one. La-di-da, la-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da. I'm making a pizza. Okay, let me look for the game. I think it's, what is it called? I have a picture of the title. It's called Level 0 Extraction. Let's see if it's any good. Level 0 Extraction. It says it's free to, oh, it's on a, it's a wish list game. Publisher's Tiny Build. I like Tiny Build. They make good games. Tiny Build is good game. Hopefully this is good game. Okay, I feel sad now. I feel very sad because I missed this. I thought that there was a beta, or I thought it was already, you could play it. Whatever. I guess we could try out X Defiant. That was a game that I don't want. I want to play Apex Legends, but I fear that it is too. It's got too high of a ceiling. It's got too high of an entry, like a point of entry. You have to be really good at the game already to kind of play it. That's sick. I put up vinyl records on my wall because I'm fucking. I wasn't even expecting to get these records, honestly, but I needed some extra wall decals to make it to round out my my office space. My office space, by the way, is literally just the me corner of my house. It's literally like, you could not get any more me. Like if I puked on the wall, it would still be not as like, me coded as my office is right now. Like, imagine you see my art, and just imagine what my fucking corner office looks like. It's a desk, but it is in my room, so it's technically an office. It just is a... I suppose you could call the bed the waiting... the waiting area. Yes, that's what my lovers would call it. Oh, stop. I have to stop myself right now. Smell the pizza from here. My pizza's done. That's why I smell it. Alright, I'll be right back. Goodness. This pizza's smoking. That causes cancer. You can't do that, pizza. Oh, step pizza. Well, what are you doing here? In my bedroom? Oh no, step pizza. It looks like you're stuck. Stuck on my plate. This looks delicious. That's not part of the role play. I was just saying it. The pizza looks really good. I don't even go. I get DoorDash from a specialty pizza restaurant. Like one of those pizza restaurants that do like special types of pizzas with different. Not your grandma's pizza. I'll tell you that much. Like more artisan style pizzas. I would say so. You know, like the pizzas that have like Romani cheese with tomato slices and Alfredo sauce or some shit. I don't even know what. Oh, it's also got like onions on it. Oh my gosh, onions, parsley. I think it's parsley. I think that's what you put on pizza. I don't know. Jeez. Jeez, Rick. Oh, jeez. I want to play Marvel's Midnight Suns again. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to play that game. It's so like a me coded game that it's just like I want to play it, but I haven't gotten around to playing it again. I still have a really good save in it where I'm doing really well in the game. It's just, you know, it's just difficult to get back into a real-time strategy game. I mean, I guess we could play it. You're not gonna know much of what's going on with the story, but hey, the Marvel characters are there. You know, Spider-Man's in the game, Iron Man's here. You know, like it's not crazy, but it's fun. Well, it is crazy. It's crazy and it's fun. So, yeah. Only for everyone. Babylon in our Babylon. Ooh. I forgot this was made by 2K. Wait, 2K? What is the name of the company? It doesn't matter. Okay, I'll close that up. Unless we should play, unless we should play X-Defiant. The problem with X-Defiant is like, it's not exactly the shooter that I would be playing. But probably because I just don't know anything about it. So I don't know. I don't know. Or we could just watch like a video rather. And then I guess I'll play this on my off time or whatever. Yeah. I really wanted to play that game. Let's watch a video then. Let's see what's on, let's see what's on the old YouTube. What's going on here? Oh, I got a message. But I use one with one name for everyone. Babylon in our Babylon. La-di-da, la-di-da. Oh, a baby reindeer? A baby reindeer? Add that to queue. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. I'll watch that on my own. Everybody, Pixar's back. Everybody loves Inside Out 2. I'm sure if I watch Inside Out 2, it'll make me cry like Inside Out 1. Or Inside Out, I suppose. Add that to queue. We'll skip to the good part on that one as usual. Oh, sick! Okay, I thought they were gonna fuck up the fucking story of that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Ew, Joe Rogan's fucking ugly ass legs. He is beating up Shane Gillis though, so it's questionable who I'd root for in that situation. Probably still Shane. I really don't like Joe Rogan, despite that. The hell is that? The hell am I looking at? Okay. Pull up the video right now. No, not that one. This is the one. There we go. Wait.
Gains traction, which then prompts massive media attention on it, that in turn leads to the true degeneracy of the internet flourishing, like a peacock squills while trying to attract a mate. Jeffrey Dahmer. Gabby Petito.
I think people just like the actor that played the guy, you know? I think the actor is just fucking attractive. Like, what? I don't think the actual person is attractive, but the actor is very attractive. So, I think that's what people really like.
Everybody stop scrolling and pay attention to this poster. There's a missing person named Gabby Petito.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
There's already been a shitload of discourse online about how she's a master manipulator, or she should have done this instead, or I would have done that for her.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
I still don't know
Time and
what really
again,
happened in
a
that.
deeply complex situation that we are not intimately involved in gets projected online like a bat signal, leading to people giving their deeply disturbing and unsolicited opinions on the subject matter that are more black and white than the issue of anchovies on pizza. Yes. Of course, people can share their opinions online. That's what makes the internet so overwhelmingly enjoyable. But that doesn't mean that these people are...
Anchovies on pizza is the new pineapple on pizza. Now, if you were to say, hey, do you like pineapples on pizza? People would be like, yeah, I like pineapple. Like, I changed my mind on pineapples on pizza. Just because so many people were like, yeah, I mean, pineapples on pizza is pretty good. And I tried it, and I was like, sweet and salty does make sense. And I like pineapples now.
are free from criticism. The internet was a mistake. I've said it numerous times on this channel. We were not meant to have 24/7 access to every possible piece of information imaginable at...
I would not mix fish and cheese, though. That's where I draw the line. Fish, like fish out of a can on cheese, and you kind of heat it up a little bit. I'm alright. Nah. I can't eat fish anyways, so it's not like my opinion matters. Like, I can't eat meat, but my opinion doesn't really matter on anchovies on pizza, so.
At our fingertips. Want to know what someone thinks about beans on toast? No, but they'll tell you it. Obviously in the most aggressive and borderline insane way that they possibly can. There is no peace in the world, literally, but also figuratively in this imaginary land that we've created in order to communicate our thoughts and feelings with each other instantly. What a great idea that was.
What the hell? No, no. No, don't do it. No!
Baby Reindeer is a Netflix original that has taken the world by storm, with over 22 million viewers tuning in as of the beginning of May. Not something
haven't watched
usually
Baby
hear
Reindeer.
in the same sentence with the words Netflix original. Created by and starring Richard Gadd. Richard Gadd plays himself with the pseudonym of Donnie in the show about his life. Baby Reindeer is a story about stalking, assault, failure, masculinity, and the desire to be seen. With that being said, clearly there's a lot of dark and complex subject matter that's covered in the show. My question is, how will people online take this show and twist and warp it until it's almost unrecognizable? Very skillfully. We've done this before. Give me a whippet and 5 minutes, and I could take anything you throw at me and find a way to make a Twitter post completely missing the point. Yep, just like that point.
Wait, what? You wrote about murder? Murder is illegal? You wrote about this dude killing someone, and you didn't even say murder is bad. What? Shouldn't that be a given? You just said murder is illegal. In all sense of the word for this specific thing, murder is a bad thing. Thus, that's why we made it illegal. Like, imagine you live in a place where murder is legal. That would be The Purge. You'd just watch the Purge movie if you wanted that fantasy. Murder is bad at the start of the book. What the fuck is wrong with you? I can't believe you condone murder. So if you don't say that something is bad all the time, you're condoning it. Okay, sure. I'm not screaming at the top of my lungs every single day that people shouldn't get sexually assaulted. You know, I've been sexually assaulted. But that now, not the fact that I don't say that every single day at the top of my lungs, that makes me the bad person. Even though I've been sexually assaulted. So it's like, what is this? Yeah. It's so weird that 0 murder victims... It's so weird that 0 murder victims, after being murdered, do not say murder is bad. That's so weird. It's almost like those murder victims are condoning murder. That's actually crazy that they would believe that. Yeah, absolutely 100% of all murder victims are actually condoning murder because they do not, they do not state that murder is bad every day. Like, after being murdered. You have to put on your tombstone. I died, guys, but murder's bad. Don't forget it. You say it first. You say, murder is bad. I died. Oh my God. Don't talk to me when you... Oh! Literal kill people freak. I'm calling the cops. What the... I'm shaking and crying. Okay, yeah, sure, buddy.
Yep, just like that.
6 years on, what is masculinity? What does that really mean?
If you leave my family alone, I will hang your curtains tonight.
I find it quite obscene. I find it horrifying, misogynistic.
That guy in Baby Reindeer, I know that's a real story, but he is not a victim.
He's not a victim. He was only stalked in a rare case of male stalking. When men don't get stalked. Okay, so it's weird that he got stalked. Being that he is an outlier, I think we should take we shouldn't take this with a grain of salt and view this as a lens for stalking in general. Rather than magnifying and picking apart every little detail of this person's life and claim and victim blaming. You should look at this from the lens of, this is what stalking looks like. Be aware that there are people out there that will stalk you. No matter who you are or what you do, somebody could potentially stalk you. You could say that with any immoral act, you know. For any story of any immoral act, you could say that. And we have to look at these things as these stories as cautionary tales. Because at the end of the day, yes, the Baby Reindeer guy is giving an anecdotal story. There is no scientific fact being told here. There are adjacent facts that do appear in the show, but he is not a expert in stalking. He's just a writer. You know, he's not. There is no like special circumstance in where you have to take this person's word as law. It's just, hey, this is a story that happened to this person, and there's a lot of evidence showing that he is telling the truth. Like, a lot of evidence. He has a lot of evidence showing that he's, like, been... He could possibly still be being stalked. Like, the lady showed up on TV, so it's possible that she might obviously still be stalking him. And the show didn't deter her from doing said thing. Ooh, the book, I think, is he wrote a book about it, and then it became a show.
Baby Reindeer opens with 5 simple words that have drastically Baby Reindeer opens with 5 simple words that have drastically changed the course of events following the release of the show. This is a true story. Most dramatic depictions of real-life events are usually prefaced with the 7-word phrase, "This is based on a true story." See, the "based on" adds 2 letters to the 5, making it 7 letters. I hope you enjoyed today's installment of Counting with Luke. Next up,
Turns out, when you say based on, when you remove based on, it doesn't change the fact that it is still a true story. People just see something that is like 2 fucking words short, and they're like, no, what are you saying right now? You're breaking convention. You can't say it's a true story. You have to say it's based on a true story. Like, shortening a sentence does not change the meaning of the sentence. Especially if it's just something written out on a fucking black screen. Like, you're not gonna derive much from that to begin with. Now, if somebody were like, this is based on a true story, or somebody like walks up with a blank face and he's like, based on a true story. You know, like, context and tone can change how a sentence is taken, but just a sentence alone has no need for said tone. Obviously, context is still there. We all know what a story is, so we all know what truth is. So
retellings, even if they're based on something real, usually do not blatantly exclaim that they are entirely true. Because even if you believe Richard Gadd was a victim, it would be pretty offensive to say otherwise, in my opinion. People cannot perfectly recreate their life events down to the T. Our memories are...
And that's it, yeah, Luke was about to say it, but there's a literal scientific method to determine how good human memory is, okay? One of the best ways of determining that is police art sketches, where we can take in a person's face and then apply words and notate the face and the body and the demeanor and what have you. But we are not remembering. We are not literally plastering their face onto a page. Maybe if an artist, like a realist artist with photographic memory, that's possible, but that's an oddball case. That's not something you're going to see every day. The average person that gets physically assaulted on the subway isn't going to be able to tell you exactly how the person looks. So they ascribe a set of words to people that they interact with, specifically in traumatic events. And this can muddy the water of how somebody is interpreted, how somebody's face is interpreted. And that's why it takes a while to get the perfect police sketch of somebody. You know, there's multiple drafts, quick sketches that may or may not have to happen depending on how detailed the person's description is. And that's what it is our memories. We can remember things in our own minds. We can remember how we saw things, but we cannot describe the things that we saw as well as our memories. we have to essentially translate images into words, which is extremely difficult. That's literally what fiction writing is kind of based on in a lot of sense. Even, I mean, writing in general, writing books, literature is based on such a concept. And it's notoriously difficult. It's extremely difficult. Not anybody can do it. You kind of have to know what you're doing, and even the best writers, I'm sure, will have trouble being able to describe a violent assailant's face. You know, it would be difficult no matter what due to trauma and our trauma responses. So, like in every scenario of recalling things that actually need to be recalled, such as traumatic events that need to be like handled legally, that would be a difficult thing to do just because our minds have a difficult time translating images into words, just because words are images, letters are images, so you're translating images into images that can describe another image. It's very like this convoluted process that only humans can really do. Like, you can't ask another sentient being on planet Earth, like say, some pigs can understand human speech, and can respond in some ways, but they cannot make descriptions. They cannot ask questions, you know, and that's kind of the main thing with human memory is we are asking questions about our own memories, and that's what muddies the water. The fact that humans have to ask questions about their own memories shows that like language is not, like our comprehension of language is still not at a point that could feasibly be used the same way our other senses are used. So like we can, I don't know, it's very convoluted, and I've done a little bit of research on similar topics, but there's like a lot of nuance to it, you know. I can draw you a picture, and that picture is literally as fast as light. You can see the image, right? The image is in front of you, you see it, it's light bouncing into your eye. And that can form a memory, but you are not remembering the picture, you're remembering the moment you saw the picture. And that's really the whole thing. When you remember traumatic events, you do not remember the things that happened. You remember the event. You remember what led up to the event. You remember specific details, but you do not see an exact copy of what happened. It's just like a transcript, a bullet point list of what happened at the event. So
crazy sometimes, and that is not me denying Richard Gadd's victimhood, it's simply a statement. On top of that, there is a very real possibility that events are chalked up to be more interesting than they really are for the sake of viewership on shows like this. Forensic psychologist Dr. Lorraine Sheridan says stalking is not always the cookie-cutter formula audiences are enthralled by. A lot of it, the media, is all killer, no filler. You don't get the more mundane aspects of stalking, you just get the really, really dramatic bits. That means it's often quite misrepresented because the everyday, boring, hideous, demeaning, fear-inducing, but ultimately kind of predictably miserable aspects of stalking does not make good TV. Although this is how the show first draws you in, Baby Reindeer does have an end credits disclaimer that says, "This program is based on real events. However, certain characters, names, incidents, locations, and dialogue have been fictionalized for dramatic purposes." So which one is it? Of course, I believe Richard Gadd to be a victim. Accusing victims of lying is mostly baseless since the majority of assault, stalking, and victims do not false report. However, Richard Gadd made an interesting statement to The Hollywood Reporter about people attempting to find the real alleged abusers from the show. "I put out a statement publicly saying that I want the show to be received as a piece of art. And I want the show to be..." Sorry. I have to do it. And I want the people to enjoy it as a piece of art. I'm called Donnie Dunn. It exists in a sort of fictional realm. Even though it's based on the truth, it exists in a fictional realm. Let's enjoy the world that I've created. And I couldn't agree more. What he has given us is something that's special, in my opinion. And for it to receive the amount of attention that it has is incredible. Especially from Netflix show. Unfortunately, people have took to treating the show as a documentary, going against Richard Gadd's wishes for how people should perceive the show. Towards the end of the show, we see Donnie's stalker Martha receive her sentencing in a public courtroom. Gadd suggested to the Times that his stalker did not go to prison, adding that he didn't want to throw someone who is that level of mentally unwell in prison. He also revealed that he had mixed feelings about it, but that the situation was now quote-unquote resolved. Again, I'm not accusing him of lying, but we have to look at things critically, and we have to accept that retellings are often dramatized in some ways. We will be getting into the shitstorm surrounding the way people online have reacted to the show, but first, I really want to dive into the show a bit more. Of course, all my sources are going to be linked down below, and I will be linking down some videos from other people with different perspectives, so that it's just not me talking about the show. Because you should listen to other people, not just me. Although listening to me is probably the most important thing you could do. As a note, when I'm speaking about the plot, I am referencing the fictional portrayals of Richard Gadd and his abusers, so as to not get sued. I have to say that. I do not have the money for that. Don't have the money for much of anything at all. Donnie is an aspiring comedian who is aspiring for a reason. There are a lot of things that are terrible that happen throughout this show, but by God, if I have to sit through another one of Donnie's stand-up sets, I will actually kill my. His comedy sets are meant to be extremely painful to watch. Donnie is, to put it nicely, kindly, a loser, a deadbeat. He feels like a failure. You know, I could go on and on. With his career never really taking off, he works at a bar and lives in his, get this, ex-girlfriend's mom's house. Well, if there's one thing worse than a man living in his mom's basement, it's that. Richard Gadd, to me, was quite honest about how much of a terrible person he was during this time in his life. Because while it doesn't happen to every victim, some victims will turn into the worst version of themselves in response to the trauma that they have experienced. Donnie definitely fell into this category. The first episode of Baby Reindeer opens with Donnie going to the police. When asked how long the stalking has been going on for, Donnie said 6 months. And when asked why it took him so long to report it, he is unable to respond. Okay, you know, victim blaming from the police. Nothing really new there.
Yeah, pretty casual.
Donnie's unattractive qualities are really highlighted. At multiple points during the show, he's shown baiting and even bathing in the attention that he receives from his stalker, Martha. This obsession with the attention that Martha gives him lasts until the final episode of the show, where he is shown listening to some of her many angry voicemails that she left for him. Although Martha is traumatizing him and making his life a living hell, he can't help but enjoy the attention a little bit. Stalking is horrific and terrifying, but for Donnie, it's also a way to receive the attention that he so desperately needs. When Donnie meets Martha at the bar that he works at, he takes pity on her and doesn't see how anything can come from giving this middle-aged, innocent enough woman a free drink. This simple act of generosity and the assumption that this woman was harmless leads to a months-long vicious stalking from her. Although most violent crimes are perpetrated by men, women of course can be violent people too. 1 in 3 women will experience stalking at one point in their life, while 1 in 6 men will experience stalking. Men are more likely to be victims of violent crimes like murder and robbery, while women are more likely to be victims of sexual crimes. Like, well, you know, that crime. The light is rarely shown on male victims of sexual violence though, and with Donnie's story, we can safely conclude that you shouldn't trust anyone. Get rid of your friends, leave your family, and Get rid of your friends, leave your family, and hunker down in a bunker in northern Canada with 12 AR-15s. I am not condoning that, by the way.
Yep.
I've never thought about doing that in my life. No, seriously. In reality, most reports of stalking are from previous intimate partners, which solidifies the fact that most people do not just get randomly assaulted or harassed by random people in the street. This does, of course, happen. I'm not denying the very real presence of danger when, say, a woman is walking at night, but a lot of violent and or sexual crimes against all genders are typically from people they already know. Martha is different, however. Martha, as we come to learn, has had a history of stalking and a history of rather, strange Facebook post where she claims that she represents notable people as a lawyer. This is just one of the signs that Martha is unwell, which may be a reason for her obsession with Donnie. Even after we see all the horrific things that play out between Martha and Donnie, the viewer in some sense is still meant to feel bad for Martha. Now, it's not to say that everyone watching this show felt bad for Martha, since in a lot of people's eyes, she is a pretty irredeemable character. But leading up to her sentencing and even during her sentencing, we see how Donnie battles between feeling sympathy for Martha's apparent loneliness and feeling obviously harassed by her because of her extreme aggression and obsession that she's treated him with. As Donnie sits at a bar in the final episode listening to one of Martha's voicemails, we find out that Martha called him Baby Reindeer due to the resemblance to a childhood stuffed animal that she had, which she said was the only good thing about her childhood. Donnie, crying, feels some sort of connection to Martha and feels for her in that moment, despite all that she's done to him, because she obviously has some sort of...
I think in that sense, for like that sort of narrative thread there, I'd say that would be like, cause I think this show really hits on very specific things here, at least at that moment specifically. The main character is a comedian, right? But he's tragic. He's a tragic character. And the other character, the stalker character, is funny. It's like it's a funny concept. No, wait. It's tragic that she goes through with stalking somebody, but it is funny that this is a real person. At least, like, the juxtaposition of her, like, on, like, Pierce Morgan, like, I find that it's like terrifying, but it is very funny. In like a, kind of strange, kind of wacky kind of idea. Funny isn't like weird, not like haha. And I think that kind of mirrors that point where it's like the person that is tragic sees like the humor in this person. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to think here. Hold on. I want to say it's like you you wear the mask of comedy and or no, you wear the mask of tragedy and cry at the comedian. That's what I'm thinking here. Yeah. So I would say that what's his name, Ronnie, is like narratively like a tragic character, and you should feel sad for him rather than feel that his sadness is for her. You should understand that his sadness is not that he is sad for her, but he is sad that she is a sad person despite the fact that she wears like a mask of comedy, you know, because she's saying, because she made a joke, and that's I think why he wrote it in, that he cries, because she made a joke saying, I'm gonna call it because usually nicknames are based off of jokes. And so the joke is, it's a bad joke, it's a tragic joke, but it's a joke nonetheless, so she is wearing a mask of comedy in that sense, narratively, where she's like, I'm gonna call you baby reindeer because all I had when I was a child was a baby reindeer. Am I right? Like, but it's tragic because she's saying that all she had was something she had to stalk, because if she's equating him to a stuffed animal, she had to stalk something that is defenseless, cannot move on its own, has no like internal thought, like is an inanimate object essentially, and that is hers because she had to stalk to find it. She had to like snoop around and sneak around to find the reindeer essentially, and that's what Donnie is. And so the only reason it's tragic is because it's played as a joke on her end, like, ha ha ha, you're a baby reindeer, ha ha ha, like the reindeer I used to have, so sad, ha ha ha. But because she's making it into a joke, it makes it more tragic, because he's supposed to be the tragic one, he's supposed to be the sad one in this situation, but he's sympathizing for an abuser, and that makes him sad because he is weak enough for somebody to abuse, like people like I'm an abuse victim, so like there is a sense of like I am weak, and that is why somebody has the power to take advantage of me, and then that's kind of how you fall into continuing said cycle, and the only way to break said cycle is to become stronger. And I think at that moment where he cries at a joke about a nickname, I think that is him, like, at his lowest in the story, in the narrative. Thus, why the show is named after said moment, so it feels very climactic overall.
childhood trauma. Just to put it out there, you know, plenty of people go through terrible things, me included, and don't turn into serial stalkers, so not really an excuse, but a reason.
Sorry, I lost the plot in the beginning of that little rant segment, but I was trying to, like, formulate the thought. Because it, like, came across my mind of, like, oh, wait, that's, like, a comedy tragedy metaphor there. Like, that's kind of weird. I feel like I should talk about it. And so it just crossed my mind really quickly, and I had to, like, completely come up with what I actually wanted to say about it.
Right? In fact, Donnie's on and off girlfriend, Terry, repeatedly brings up the fact that Martha is mentally ill. But a mental illness is not an excuse for harassing and even assaulting someone, although it may be a reason, like I just said. After Donnie and Martha's first meet, oh my god, it feels like there's a popcorn kernel in my throat right now. After Donnie and Martha's first meeting, Martha begins to incessantly email Donnie, sending hundreds of emails a day, with Richard Gadd stating that the total amount of emails that he received from her was 41,000. During their encounters, we see
Yeah, that's the fucking nail in the coffin. I mean, like, I love that people go online and they're like, he's not a victim. He's not a victim. It's like, how could you say that when he has evidence of clear, like, unhealthy behavior? Like 41,000 emails? 1,000 is too much. 1,000 is too many emails. But 41,000? This bitch was nearing 50,000. What? What the fuck? Like, there's a point where you just realize you sent too many emails. And he didn't respond to some of them. So she just kept sending. I don't know how many he responded to. I don't think he responded to many. So she just, at some point, just kept sending endless amount. I remember that it was like the emails were important in the story, but. And he has the emails. Like, in real life, he has the emails. He's obviously not. Well, actually, I think he does show them, like, word for word in the show, but he doesn't. He changes the names, I think. But, like, 41,000 emails is crazy. Like, 41,000 emails is... You've gone off the deep end, and you need to, like... you need help. You really do, because it's crazy to like, obsess over somebody that dramatically, that drastically, where you are sending more emails in a day than there are hours. You know, like, you're sending more than 24 emails a day. Like, I don't know, that seems kind of, I don't know the time span, but I feel like that would be, like, the only way to get to 41,000 emails. It could be less emails a day, but I'm just saying from, like, the time span wise, you could definitely do that. That's crazy.
Martha become increasingly more aggressive and volatile as the show goes on, switching moods like the flip of a switch, and at one point even, for lack of a better term, taking advantage of Donnie. You know, I gotta keep it a little PG for the YouTube agent in my webcam right now. Sorry, hey, how's it going? Yep.
Lovely weather outside today, eh?
Jessica Gunning, the actress who plays Martha, did an absolutely phenomenal job with the role that she was given, I have to say. I am the acting expert. You guys know this. The stalking was at its worst when...
That's what everybody says, too, because when the real woman came onto Pierce Morgan, literally everyone was like, wow, that actress was really good at her job. That actress kind of deserves an award for how accurate, because, like, if she didn't show up, if the lady didn't show up on television, we would have no frame of reference to determine whether or not this actress's talent is like, or no, her portrayal is genuine to the source material, because we only have one source, which would be, well, there's multiple sources, but the main thing here is that it's from the writer's perspective. So we only have the writer's perspective of the stalker to determine it. But now that she's come forward and said, "Oh yeah, he totally wrote that about me," like straight up saying that she is the stalker in the story, and then boom, everyone's like, "Wow, that actress actually did do a really good job. Like, she actually is a really good actress." Like, if people are saying that rather than, "Damn, you really gonna like do her wrong like that," and then dog the actress for portraying her in a certain way, it's because she's literally who is described on the page. And that's crazy.
When she managed to get my number, I stubbornly refused to change my number because I believed it was their responsibility to stop calling me. Then came the voicemails, and I listened to them in hope of expediting the case by finding something threatening. It was weird. I would go to meetings around town and listen to them on the way. The meeting would end, and I would put my headphones back in. I would go to bed at night and still hear the echoes of the voicemails. It was almost maddening hearing the voicemails bouncing around my eyelids. In episode 2, Donnie meets Terry, a trans woman who he matched with on a trans dating app. By the way, why does that exist? Seems like a good way to easily murder someone. Terry, played by a trans woman herself, is repeatedly attacked by Martha throughout the show.
Easily murder
hate speech
someone.
and even being physically assaulted by her
There
after
are
one of Donnie's
straight
stand-up
trans
sets,
women.
with
Come on
Martha
now,
saying
Luke.
that Terry
Come on
looks
now,
like a man.
Luke.
Donnie, too, is called gay slurs by Martha due to his romance with Terry and her assumption that he was taken advantage of by a man at one point in his life. Donnie, struggling with his sexuality and masculinity, treats Terry like shit. Not an excuse, but a reason. At one point, he even ditches her on the subway as she attempts to kiss him. Later in their relationship, Donnie is only able to get it up for Terry by picturing Martha. Like I said, Richard Gadd certainly did not make this show to turn himself into an angel. That's for sure. On top of this, Donnie lies about his real identity to Terry until later revealing it to her after she starts to catch on to his
abuse
odd behavior.
101.
Donnie
It's
feels
like
intense shame dating Terry, who's a
abusive
trans woman,
behavior
because of the way he
101
struggled
of
with
just
his
like
sexuality and masculinity.
you
from being previously
spread
abused
the
by a man
fucking
in his life.
negativity,
And
like
we see
it
this
comes
so
from
often
one
with straight men who are
source and you
dating
spread the
trans women with the fear
negativity.
of being perceived as gay or being perceived as this or that, which we know is not true. But unfortunately, the way that our society is brought up with masculinity and the way that society treats trans people, inevitably it happens a lot, and it's unfortunate that trans women have to go through these kinds of experiences. Donnie's coworkers certainly do not
Speaking
help
truth
matters
to
either,
power.
repeatedly making offhand homophobic or sexist remarks to Donnie, leading Donnie to repress his abuse and sexuality even further. Not only that, but because his coworkers are unaware of Donnie's stalking, they make it worse by joking about Martha and Donnie getting it on together. I almost just did, that's not how they're doing it. Which
What?
Martha,
No.
being the stalker that she is, takes very seriously. Donnie does egg Martha on by joking with her without realizing that she's actually going to take it seriously. But what I'm trying to say is that his coworkers just added flame to the fire. Or fuel to the fire. Fuel, right?
Yeah.
Throw a thing of gasoline on that baby. Woo! Dante's Inferno, that shit, bruh.
What
The
the?
shit with Donnie's coworkers gets so bad that when Donnie is assaulted by Martha in the middle of the bar, he is unable to go to the police because the owners were illegally not present in the bar when they needed to be. Martha's stalking gets progressively worse, with her camping out in front of Donnie's living space almost 24/7, putting his ex-girlfriend and her mom in danger. After his ex-girlfriend gets attacked by Martha outside her home, Donnie invalidates her feelings, leading up to him getting kicked out of this house. After this, Donnie is forced to move out and into his old classmate's apartment, who have turned into professional partiers during their gap year. Rich people, am I right? I mean, what I wouldn't do to just sit around all day.
I mean, have you
do
ever
drugs
met a
and stare
British?
into the void as I question my existence.
Have you ever
Are
met a
arguably,
British person?
Sober, which is a lot less fun. Living with the party animals that his roommates are, Donnie is reminded of a traumatic event that happened to him when he
Have you
had
ever
first
been to
moved
the
London.
British?
Donnie,
They,
who is
those
struggling
fuckers can't stop
through his comedy sets,
fucking
if that's
dancing,
what you'd like to
apparently.
call it,
If they
finally
stop
gets the
dancing or
recognition he
getting
desires from the
drunk
man who
and
wrote one of Donnie's favorite TV
fucking
shows.
in the bathroom,
Darian,
they're gonna
seeing
die.
that
They
Donnie is
will
vulnerable
literally
and
die.
isolated in his career, sees this as a great time to take advantage of Donnie. Smart. Unfortunately, this kind of abuse in the industry is all but too common. People who have even just a sliver of control in the industry will use it to their benefit to use and abuse those who are below them. During this episode, Donnie recounts how he took a shit ton of different drugs with Darian while trying to get into his good graces with a script that Donnie wrote for a show. I obviously am not going to be getting into the details, but on multiple occasions, Donnie would be coerced into taking a ton of drugs that would make him black out, leading to Darian taking advantage of Donnie multiple times while Donnie was asleep. These traumatic events led Donnie to start questioning his sexuality, and in response to being abused, he proceeded to have meaningless sex with people of every gender. Trauma can affect desire in a myriad of ways. For some, it can cause both hypersexual and hyposexual behaviors. The ways that it impacts sexual desire are based on the person's response to the type of trauma experienced. There's no right or wrong way for someone to experience
Citation
their
at the
trauma
bottom.
or to personalize it, but it can increase, decrease,
Sexual
or even
trauma, what
sometimes
are the
eliminate
effects,
desire.
and what
Donnie,
treatment options
traumatized
are
as he
available?
was unable to have sex with his girlfriend at the time, and as we see later in the show with Terry. Richard Gadd, in an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, said that this episode was the hardest for him to recreate on set. I really shouldn't use the British accent, it's too serious. I'll talk normally. It was really difficult going back there. I remember going to set for the diary days.
Wait. It was really difficult going back there. I remember going to set for the diary days, the sexual assault days, and we sandwiched them together so it wasn't so spread out. I think it was the right thing to do, so that I would only be 2 or 3 days where we had to stay in that zone. On the way to set those days, I would be hoping for a major traffic jam or something so I could just have another beat to prepare and wrap my head around it. To think the actors who plays Darren, Tom Goodman Hill, what a legend. I felt really safe with him. It did turn into a little Australian accent there. Really comfortable. It's weird to shoot a scene that you know have to shoot. Wait, what? It's hard to shoot a scene that you know have to shoot? That you know have to... What the fuck? You know have to? That you don't have to? Who fucking wrote that? Hollywood Report. Oh my goodness. Hollywood Reporter fucking it up. That you know have to. You don't have to. Hollywood Reporter. What the fuck are you doing? Hollywood Reporter put that you know have to. A scene that you know have to. That you know have to. You don't have to, but like what you don't have to but don't. What you don't have to but don't really want to. What the fuck? What the hell? You don't have to. Why did they put no? Oh no, wait, I think they didn't. No. It should say that you know you have to shoot, but don't really want to. That's the context. But but you know have to shoot. You don't have to shoot, but you know you have to shoot, but don't really want to. I'm losing my mind. I have to go to bed. This is... What the fuck? You don't have to shoot. Yeah, the medication is putting me to sleep. My brain is literally going fucking numb right now. Oh, jeez. Wait, where'd the music go? Oh, the music paused. The music is paused. Yeah. I literally could feel my fucking brain melting right there. Fucking you don't have to shoot. Oh my goodness. This one, you fucking bitches. You're a loser, baby, you're a loser, goddamn baby, you're a fucked up little whiny bitch. You're a loser just like me. You're a snooze, baby. loser, goddamn baby, you. Power bottom, at rock bottom, you got company. I got an appetite for gambling. I got an appetite for sampling. Every drug and sex toy I can find. I've got no holes left to devour. So my soul to save my power. You're a loser, baby, you loser, goddamn baby. Fucked up little whiny bitch, you're a loser just like me. You're a smooth loser, goddamn baby, you're. Oh, that's perfect. You're a loser, baby, a loser, goddamn baby. You're a fucked up little whiny bitch. You're a loser just like me. You're a schmoozer, baby, a loser. You're power bottom, not rock bottom. You got company. Perfect. I'm gonna make a screen of that. I'm learning. I'm this much closer. Tomorrow I'm getting my paycheck. I'm gonna get a fabric screen printer so that I can print my own fabrics, or print my own like shirts and fabrics and stuff like that. I think you can print on any fabric. Since it's just ink, it's like taking a fucking Sharpie to some fabric and then boom, it's done. I think. And I think I know what my first designs are gonna be. I'm not gonna lie to you. Janelle! You actually, yeah, you actually caught me at the end of the stream. Kind of crazy. I'm just about to clock out. Well, I gotta look, Janelle. I got a job. Okay, I got a job. I gotta go to my job, and tomorrow I have to do blood work. Okay, I gotta go to the hospital and get my blood drawn. So, I don't have time to be staying up too long, okay? Yeah, what? Alright. Maybe if you showed up about 3 hours ago, you wouldn't have this problem. Now, would you, Janelle? Oh, yeah, what were you doing? Coming into my stream 3 hours late. Yeah, alright, yeah, go ahead. Here we go. Tell me the following. You're a smooth baby. What? It's been going great. I suck at remembering to take my medicine in general, so HRT is kind of just another thing that I could potentially forget, and that would be bad. But I didn't forget, and I took it at a reasonable time. Random fact. Thank you. What are you saying? Random fact. I'm getting back into D&D. I want to make another D&D miniature. I have a few miniatures that I haven't printed yet that I want to print. I love D&D. That's a random fact. And I've been good. I've been alright. I've been applying to different employments, different work. What is it called? I've been applying for different jobs, trying to make a little extra dough, because I am not doing too well financially. Another random fact. But yes, I'm doing all right. I finished a piece of art on this stream, so it was cool. It was cool to get to finish that, and I was excited to complete that piece. But that's it. That's all I've answered your questions, Janelle. I hope you're happy. Yes, thank you. I'm very sleepy. Oh, thank you. Yes. Well, I'm happy that you're here, Janelle, and I'm happy that you're happy, and we can all hug and kiss and hug. Did I say hug? I think I said hug. And yeah. Anyways, put up the raised eyebrow. Raises eyebrow emoji. Huh? What? That's not true. You have a wife, I remember. What? What the hell? What the hell? Why would you lie to me like that? Janelle, I have to go to bed, alright? I would love to, I wasn't gonna say kiss. I would love to, keep talking to you, but I'm gonna go to bed. I have to go to sleep. I've been live for 3 hours. For 3 hours. What do you want from me? You could have talked to me at any point. I mean, I know that you live on in another time zone, but come on now. I do have I don't even know which side of Canada you live. I suspect the, what is it? The eastern side? I don't know if anybody lives in the fucking wilderness. I know little bits about Canada. Enough of this. I'm going to bed. Yeah, you live in the plains. Yeah. Only I can see your messages. You're not gonna hold my YouTube audience hostage. Anyways, it was great to see you. I don't know shut up, Janelle. What audience? The fucking 2 or 3 people that watched my videos. I don't know. Go to bed. I'm going to bed. Good night. Yeah. There's more. I'm not entertaining this. I'm going to bed. Good night, and enjoy the music. Bye. Bye, Janelle. Bye. Bye, Janelle. Bye.